Alright, so I'm going to dive right into part 2 of the E30's fuel system. Last time I showed you guys mounting the surge tank, and I initially said I was going to wait and go full E85 rated lines, but stuff's expensive and it's going to take a while to get. So I'm just going to run it on pump gas for the initial break-in and a little bit of tuning, and I'll eventually get there. It's like this car will not handle the amount of power that this engine can produce. Not too much to be gained in the realms of power when I can't put it to the ground. You get what I'm saying? So basically, gonna go ahead and mock up the fuel rails and just set the lines up. And one nice benefit to this is that I'm gonna be able to know exactly how long the lines need to be, and hopefully save me a little money on the PTFE lines. So off camera, I got a bit frustrated trying to figure out my injector spacing for the fuel rails. On the Holley High Ram, it comes with the holes pre-drilled, and I know, well, I was fairly certain that one of them was LS1 style fuel injectors. I do not have LS1 injectors. These are the early truck short guys. So after getting two different sets of spacers for the injectors and them both being wrong, I decided just to drill some holes, and I think you can see it there. Yeah, just drilled them myself and tapped them, and that ain't going nowhere. So gonna go ahead and copy that over to this side. Alright y'all, moment of truth. I got him drilled and tapped. Did it first try on the driver's side, so let's see if I can get lucky twice. Oh buddy. Oh, I think we got it. Oh man, I think we got it. Freaking nailed it. So if you can believe it, I nailed this first try on both sides. So, looks like now I can start focusing on actually making the lines. It's the next day and I'm down to my final AN line. And it's been fun. I forgot how to do this, and I'm not really sure if I do it right, but either way, hopefully it doesn't leak, and we'll just fix that when we get to it. I'll let you guys watch me do this last line, and you know, judge me as you want, because you know, this is all just learning to me and having some fun. So I got fuel rail set up and I got all the lines ran. I decided to put the fuel pressure regulator right here with these little bitty short lines, and I'm really hoping it'll work, because along with this actual manual gauge, I have my fuel pressure sensor here, and you know, it can still, all this is still loose. I can rotate it and angle it where I need to with the wiring. So we got the fuel rails connecting to this Y, and then lines ran to this filter all the way to the pump in the surge tank. So the last line I got to do is off the fuel pressure regulator back to this return fitting, and I think the best routing is going to be under the intake all the way around following the feed line. Okay, hopefully that's a good angle. Basically, guess you saw it in the video earlier, but just gonna put some of these 90-degree fittings on either end and call it good. And what you do, or at least what I do that works, or seems to work anyway, you can see kind of where the tip of the screwdriver is. Like, yeah, I get the hose to roughly right there. Then I can get the little barb side here down into the hose and then force it down and, you know, start threading it in. These are Earl's AutoFlex, AutoFit or AutoFlex fittings. Earl's, they sell about 6 different versions of fittings and hoses, but this is AutoFlex, if I remember right. I know they work together. They have a chart on their website talking about all the different types they have and what's compatible with what. And basically, this line isn't really rated for fuel, but it worked for me, and it'll probably work for most people. But if you want to run full E85 like I'm wanting to do, you have to get their top of the line stuff. I can't even remember the name of it, but basically you gotta fight your way getting the hose and the fitting. The main struggle is getting like all the frayed pieces in, because I guess I'm just not good at it or what, but my hoses always tend to fray at the end. And you can take it to a flat surface and just, from last night, this is my method that I developed. Basically, before I even put the collar part on, I'll put the barb down in the hose with the trans fluid on it, just kind of work it around so it gets lubricated and, you know, help it be sort of reamed out. And after a lot of struggle, I finally got this shoved down in there deep enough to start the threads. So what I do, since I only have one AN wrench, is I take the, whichever size wrench it was 7/8 for this particular -8 fitting. Basically just hold it with one end, or actually hold the hose end so it doesn't flop around on you everywhere. And then take my AN wrench and start turning. And I'm just gonna go ahead and move you guys before this all flops around and I break the camera. Alright, so got that fitting turned. Let's go ahead and thread it on down here. Get on. Come on. Oh, gotta break out the wrench. But looks like it is. Yep, it's going down there. So that's good and tighter than it needs to be at the moment. But got 2 more lines to make. Okay, so hopefully you can see it down here. But basically, this line right here is the feed from the factory tank, and this one is the return back to the factory tank. And this guy is part of the emissions, the evap charcoal canister, I'm pretty sure. I'm not going to worry about that one. I think it'll be alright. But first I'm going to run the feed line from here up to the surge tank. So I've got the feed and return lines ran all the way up to the surge tank, and I didn't bother to film it because, I mean, y'all know how to cut a rubber hose, I'm sure. I didn't put any clamps on this yet because I still need to blow things out and, you know, then put everything back on and yada yada yada. So basically from this point it's just, like I said, cleaning the lines out, putting the in-tank fuel pump into the OEM tank, and I may just throw that in another video because right now I'm hot, I'm sweaty, and I really want to go get some food. Anyway, that's the rundown on the fuel system. Really nice to have that all taken care of because making AN lines is a real pain for me. So that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.